Demand for cut and polished diamonds from several countries globally plummeted in 2024. In fact, reports also suggest that in Surat, approximately 30% of 15,000 diamond cutting and processing units have not reopened since Diwali 2024 owing to poor demand globally. To discuss all this and more, we now have Mr. Vipul Shah, Chairman of Gems and Jewellery Export Promotion Council, now joining us. Mr. Shah, thank you so much for taking your time out and speaking with us here on ET Now. And first things first, reports suggest gross exports of cut and polished diamonds in the month of November declined by as much as 40% on a year-on-year basis. Help us understand how true are these numbers and what really is the on-ground situation when it comes to demand for cut and polished diamonds globally.
Okay, first of all, thank you. The overall gem and jewelry exports, if you see, is down by almost 8 to 10% overall gem and jewelry basket. But the diamond segment contains more than 45 to 50% of that particular segment. And yes, in the month of November, it has been drastically down by almost 40 compared to the previous November. And if you compare it from April till date, we are almost down by 35% as such. So I personally feel is the major reason for the falling of export is that a lot of governments, except for the US markets, there was no particular demand from Far East, mainly China also slowed down, and also because of these geopolitical risks and as well as supply and demand disruption. But currently, things are now for the production being well controlled, supply has been restricted, and now we are seeing some stability. Yes, the volumes have gone down, but going forward, we particularly feel that we are bottomed out, and from here onwards, we feel that the diamond export should start moving up.
So demand for cut and polished diamonds indeed fell by about 40% in the month of November, but the outlook continues to remain very positive. But Mr. Shah, reports also suggest that nearly 30% of 15,000 diamond cutting and processing units in Surat, Gujarat have not reopened since Diwali. Is this true? And now that you're seeing that export demand environment is reviving, could these units reopen and begin functioning full time with full capacity anytime soon?
Yeah, means there are factories, as I said right now, that because we have already been controlling the production and we have production cycle, as well as supply has also been restricted just to make things because of the disruption of demand and supply. So now, particularly once we start seeing the movement, we are gradually, yes, the factories as of today have gradually opened up and things are again coming back to normal. It should be back to normal in, say, a couple of weeks' time. And we'll expect full-fledged activity starting in Surat processing units as such. And yes, we are pretty confident that US retail sales were good, and hopefully we'll be expecting the beginning quarter of the 2025 starting at a good note.
2025 is starting on a good note, and you expect full-fledged production in Surat also to begin anytime soon. But with the kind of surge that we've seen in gold prices and silver prices in 2024, how has domestic demand environment been, Mr. Shah? And has rise in gold and silver prices impacted demand by any chance?
Domestic demand has been very robust. You have seen that lot of if you see that there is a proper retail boom as far as the domestic market is concerned. You have seen a lot of foreign direct investments, FDIs inflows coming into our gem and jewelry segment. We've seen successful IPOs also recently where it's been oversubscribed many times. So that is a good confidence and a good belief in the retail industry. And as per recent studies, in next 2 years, we are expecting more than 3,000 retail outlets to open up in this particular segment. So yes, the domestic demand is at its high, and we expect that domestic market would be very much supportive as far as the gold jewelry as well as silver jewelry is concerned, because of new showrooms and a lot of stocking will be also taking place.
Lot of stocking will be taking place and the domestic demand environment continues to remain very strong. That's the word coming in. But Mr. Shah, you did talk about export demand environment briefly, but I wanted your thoughts on China in particular. With the whole host of stimulus measures and fiscal measures that China has announced for 2025, do you expect demand from China to pick up meaningfully this year?
Yes, we are hopeful because after Chinese New Year, hopefully because the Chinese government is also doing to boost up its economy, and they're trying to create generate liquidity and making sure that the consumer is also spending. Hopefully, I expect because now a lot of destocking has already taken place. So as soon as we see a small means something small demand also picking up, that will be a big boost and that will move in the right direction. So I am confident that now it's like been long time where China has remained stagnant, but I personally feel we'll see some good demand starting in China in 2025.
Demand outlook from China for 2025 is also very positive, but with the resurgence of, or rather the emergence of lab-grown diamonds, has demand from natural diamonds taken a hit? If you can help us understand what has the impact on natural diamond sales been on account of lab-grown diamonds?
No, I won't be saying that the demand is impacted. Both are complementing each other rather than competing each other. Lab-grown diamond is catering to a category who is a first-time buyer. It's category. It is competing the fashion category as such. So it has its own unique. It has its own space. People who are not able to afford diamond today, they are able to afford that diamond. People who are looking for fashion and fun, they are enjoying that lab-grown diamonds. And as far as natural, people are looking for investment and looking for value. Yes, natural will be there and it is going to be there. So I personally feel both will coexist together and it will complement each other.
Natural diamonds and lab grown diamonds will complement and coexist. And since budget is also round the corner, Mr. Shah, what are your expectations from budget 2025?
See, most of the first of all, so I just recently had our pre-budget meeting with the finance ministry last week itself, and that means first of all we thank the finance minister because last year in the budget 23, 24, 25, most of our demands had already been seen and already they have been taken care of. And if you see that the gold prices, gold and silver duties have been slashed, that has really helped, and you can see that retail boom which we are seeing in next couple of years, which is going to span and a lot of employment will be created. So we were thankful to the finance minister to look into this. At the same time, we have asked for a duty drawback on the platinum similar to the gold and silver. So that because high prices of gold, so platinum has become more attractive in the market. And if there is a duty drawback system in place, the way it is in other semi-precious, so that will really be helpful. So that will be looked carefully. At the same time, also we have asked for a marketing spend for consumer education, where we from our own resources are also looking to raise some money and an equivalent money support coming from the ministry. That like the way they promoted the hallmarking, similarly a consumer education is required since there is now natural diamonds and lab-grown diamonds. So the retailers and the consumers, there is need to be a marketing spend on that for a proper education so that the consumers are aware what exactly are they looking for.
So those are some of the expectations from Budget 2025. Mr. Shah, thank you so much for taking your time out and speaking with us here on ET Now on a whole host of issues related to export of cut and polished diamonds.